All right, Dan, this is just a quick video for the coffee you requested. I'm just going to jump around the charts. I did a little scanning. Some of it needs to be updated. I'll do that on the spot. But sort of bottom lining this, we still have this 9370 area. This is the December chart itself. And if I go to the weekly continuation chart, we have 9340. We did a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, settle at 93.35, which is just below that 93.40 to 93.70 area. Really not enough of a margin to set off, obviously, follow through selling pressures. But, if we did, let me break out of here. If we did settle the week, let's call it 93.40. Let's be safe and call it 93.35. This low settlement was 93.35 a couple of weeks ago. So if we settle below the 93.35 settlement price from 2 weeks ago, then the market should continue south. And I think 79.50 and the 79 handle is likely. 3 to 5 weeks, 5 to 8 weeks, by the end of the year anyway, we should test this long-term channel bottom where the broader market can actually bottom out well into next year. I'm thinking out loud here. This is the weekly continuation chart, and if memory serves, we've got similar support. Yeah, 79.81 next week, 80 even. So the very low 80s, upper 70s would be an objective. If we close this week below 93.35, I don't see that happening. In fact, we tested it, and now we're trading up. There's a couple of resistance areas. We've got the high of the low from 2 weeks ago. That's 99.15. If you're an intra-week trader, if you trade 2 to 3 days out, for instance, this is a good area to really sell into. If you want to scalp a couple of days, the market could back off, possibly back to this. I'm looking here to this 93.40 to 35, 93.70 area. Overall, it shouldn't take much to close above it. The real resistance right now, and this is the weekly continuation chart, is this formation. Once again, this is, you can see the H equals 99.15. If we close above it, I really think this is our area. Next week, it's at 104.05. And that is your... that's your resistance that can absorb buying into November trade. Once we test this, the market could certainly rotate back into this 93 handle support. If we closed above 104.05, then this is our significant resistance on the weekly chart. And that next week, and these are next week's numbers, I think that was 113.25. Let me take a look here. This is the week of October 28. 113.23. I think they're just 5 by 5s, right? So I'm going to call that 113.25. I don't see us closing this week above 104.05, and this number is actually this week is at 104.20. We're not going to test that this week. There's only a few days left. Next week it's 104.05. The following week, first week of November, it's 103.90. You might want to make note of this. I'll just, this video, as long as these lows stay intact and we don't break them, this channel structure will remain valid. So next week 104.05, first week of November 103.90, and the week of November 11th 103.75. That's our ceiling, really, and I'm going to say through November. Where we could rotate and back up. But if we close above this structure, then we've got 3 to 5 more weeks bullish continuation to this significant area at 113.25, which is one that can contain buying through winter trade. It's also a significant upside continuation point. I want to say it was the 150s that I had as a target if we take it out. But we're not going to test that anytime soon. Definitely, if we close above this structure in the next week or two, prod me again, and I'll re-update these numbers so you could see that if we do close above 113.25, what is our ultimate objective? I do believe it was in the 150s. I think that's about it. Right now, I'm going to summarize. 93.40 to 93.70, still a good support region, above which 104.05 in reach over the next few weeks, where we can top out into December trade. And it's also a significant upside continuation point into December. Closing above 113.25 is then expected within 3 to 5 weeks, where we can top out on a seasonal basis. Downside, closing below 93.40, and I mentioned 93.35 would be the preference. Closing at a new low settlement will take us down into the upper 70s that 79.51 formation, then a realistic, I'm going to say 5 to 8 week target. And that is all I've got to say for